Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. We've been trading sideways, consolidating, ranging, whatever you want to call it, for a good month and a half now, over 6 weeks. And some people are just checking out at this point. Some people have absolutely, admitted defeat. They've acquiesced. That's that. Sold positions. And then whatever coins they hold, they just feel like they're the idiot because they must have picked the wrong stuff. And they got in too late. That type of sentiment here. But truth be told, at least it's my opinion anyway, what we're living through right now can well be described as the calm before the storm. And I've been in these moments before since I've been in crypto for over 6 years. In bull markets, which we are in right now, you have big moves to the upside. You can tell, okay, it's pretty clearly legit. We're in a bull market here. But then there is a correction to the downside to whatever degree. You get this ranging sideways that just beats people up. And in those moments, I've always just had this strong feeling, and I've said it as much on this channel many times in those moments, that it does seem like the calm before the storm. And I think that this is going to play out no different than that. Now, I don't pretend to know exactly when it's going to burst, but given that we've already been consolidating for a good 6 weeks roughly, I'd be surprised if it's that much longer, but either way, the lesson when it comes to investing is to understand that it doesn't matter what you want or what timeline you want. Either you have exposure when an asset or an asset class goes, or you don't. It's about patience. And I want to share with you something that I found of particular importance, especially if you're concerned about XRP, and especially if you think that XRP has performed so poorly against Bitcoin, and that in and of itself is some sort of indicator that there's something wrong with XRP. I will change your mind, son, by the end of this video. Because it's not hard. It's not hard to figure a lot of this stuff out. Folks, the asset class moves in tandem, and I'm going to show you charts for 2 different cryptocurrencies priced against Bitcoin. Very popular ones. And I'll just, spoiler alert, it's looking pretty samey to what's going on with XRP here. I guess everything's broken then? But see, people don't recognize this. The people that bitch up a storm about XRP, people just complain about whatever coin it is that they hold, right? And so then you couple that with all this ranging sideways, people just feel defeated. But it's not going to stay like this. Here's a post from chart analyst Mikey Bull Crypto. This is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin, and he wrote, #altcoins. Disbelief before the rally storm. Yep. Which is what got me thinking along those lines, the calm before the storm. And again, I've said that at many previous moments in time when we've been in similar situations. Like, yeah, calm before the storm. And we're only going to be here so long. You can't stay in a range. You won't stay in a range forever. That's not how this works. There's going to be a break to the upside or the downside. And my bet is ultimately, even if we see a further breakdown to the downside in the short term, this market cycle, it's not near the top. That's my belief anyway. Here's another post, by the way. This is from Mikey Bull Cryptos from a couple days ago. He said, XRP. It's about to get interesting for XRP, given the imminent breakout of the resistance of RSI level. And, I've talked about all sorts of metrics, and I'm not a chart guy. You don't have to be a chart guy to understand the confluence of various metrics, it all coming together right here. For example, you can look at, in this case, he's got an XRP USD chart, and it is true. Like, actually, XRP has been trending up for about 2 years at this point, so that part's good. It's just people don't seem to recognize that as fact because they're so focused on everything else that doesn't look, in theory, as good, like XRP BTC, or if other coins are doing better, like Solana. Solana did well, therefore XRP is not doing well. It's just a crap way of looking at the world. It just doesn't make sense. No. Different coins pop at different times. Just shut up. Everything's fine. So there's XRP BTC. You can also look at RSI level, which you can see at the bottom here. You can look at Bollinger Bands. And I'll highlight this next, actually. So there's this post from TechDev, who I've been following for over half a decade. I think he's among the best here. He doesn't post as regularly as some other analysts out there, but when he does, I certainly pay attention. And he's just so data-driven. He shares opinion, too, of course, but he's just very driven by data and patterns from the past. And I do firmly believe that you can draw reasonable suppositions about what's probable to occur in the future based on what has occurred in the past. It doesn't mean that what you think is probable will occur every time. In fact, the improbable occurs in life. We know that, right? but you can draw upon instances of the past to come to such suspicions, and that's reasonable. And he does that. And so take a look at this, and it's this what he's highlighting. This is the crypto total market cap excluding the top 10 coins. So no Bitcoin, no ETH, no XRP, so on and so forth, but everything else in the crypto asset class. And the metrics he's looking at look just as fantastic if you look at XRP specifically. And again, he's talking about everything outside of the top 10, but you get the point here. And so he wrote hashtag altcoins, bi-monthly MACD cross, with Stotch RSI breaking 70 after max compression. Wonder what comes next. So being a little cryptic here, but you know what he thinks comes next. So when he said max compression, he's talking about this top chart here. These are Bollinger Bands. This is a Bollinger Band chart. Compressed, obviously, and you saw what happened when there was this level of compression last. That was in 2020. We've seen this movie before, folks. And this is true with XRP. I haven't looked at the situation of the Bollinger Bands probably in over a week for XRP, but it doesn't matter. I highlighted it recently. It hit its most compressed level in history. And XRP's been around for over a decade, the most compressed in history. And when it comes to compression with Bollinger Bands, that indicates that you are going to see a break. And that's not unique to crypto. That's just if you're charting, that's what that means. We're going to see a major break for XRP to the upside or downside. And so you can make your own guess about which way you think it's going to break. I think when it goes, it's going to be to the upside because of everything else going on and the fact equities are going, the whole thing. So that's what that is at the top. Then he has the MACD second and Stotch RSI. And so the broader point I wanted to make, even though he's talking about the coins outside of the top 10, is you're seeing these metrics being tracked specifically with XRP, and multiple analysts are coming to the same conclusion. Now, it shouldn't be that surprising because the asset class moves in tandem. Say it with me, class. The asset class moves in tandem. And so, that's why what I'm really looking forward to showing you the comparison of how a couple other coins are look on charts priced against Bitcoin. First, let me highlight this real quick, though. There's this post from Charting Guy. This is the latest he had to share about XRP. XRP USD chart on your screen. He says, XRP ascending triangle targets 77 cents. Over 75.75 is a 75 cents is a break of macro downtrend structure. This likely leads to the breakout I've been projecting. Imagine that. And I'll just note, he's not the only one that is projecting a major breakout for XRP soon. And there are some analysts that I started following more recently, but there's a big old core group of analysts that I follow regularly. And many of them I've been following for years. And it's just fascinating that, again, these are what I personally believe are among the most reputable. And there are certain moments where there's this, and this is what I find so fascinating, because I treat each analyst as like a data point. I know they're people, but I treat them, each individual analyst as a data point. And then when I see overlap, it's fascinating. I'm like, something's probably going to happen. And more frequently than not, yes, whatever the majority thinks is going to happen, yes. And then I mentioned that on my channel at this time, so which is what makes me not a chart analyst, but I am the best chart analyst. Great at analyzing all the chart analysts. Now take a look at this. Here's a post from chart analyst Bobby A. And the sentiment is true in this, and then I'm going to show you the charts that I was referencing at the outset of the video because it's just fascinating. And this is going to give you renewed confidence in the long-term viability of XRP, but not even just as much that, because like we're in the bull market already, like we just are. It's going to give you confidence, additional confidence that there's not something broken or wrong with XRP specifically. And so here's what Bobby A said. All I will say is look at what many altcoins are doing against their Bitcoin pairs. Look at coins like XRP, Atom, which is Cosmos, and HBAR, and tell me that a massive alt season isn't brewing for 2024. Many are at deep value areas that have not been seen in years. One of the biggest tricks the market loves to play on participants is convincing them that something they expect will never occur. Most sell or don't enter, and then boom, everything explodes. You like that sound effect? That was a clap. Only time in financial markets can teach this lesson. You'll see. And so that resonated with me. That's why I want to share it with you. This is obviously true. That's why I keep saying either you have exposure when it goes or you don't. And at these moments where you have maximum opportunity to dollar cost average into positions, so many people just don't. They want to feel validated. When the market moves to the upside, you may feel like it makes sense to buy then, and you're like, okay, well, this validates. I am going to buy here now. Okay. But history is replete with examples in multiple asset classes that indicate you're wrong. You should have bought when it was scary to do so. If you feel like you're the biggest dumbass in history to be buying a thing, that is perhaps an indicator that you should buy it, actually. It's opposite world when it comes to investing. It just is. You know, cryptocurrencies and stocks are pretty much the only things on earth that when they go on sale, nobody wants to buy them. Because reasons, folks. But then once it's validated and you've already seen the 1,000% increase on a cryptocurrency, no, I want it, take all my money. It's ridiculous. And so, no, there's not something wrong with XRP. Here's an XRP BTC chart. This is on the 1 month. So you can see this was the cycle low for XRP BTC, April 13th. As I say, typically when I highlight this, I'll just note I'm not a chart guy. I'm not saying that this is the absolute bottom. This is the cycle low as it sits right now as I record this video. I don't know if we're going to see another move lower. But I do have strong conviction that even if so, okay, it doesn't matter, because eventually XRP finds a bottom against Bitcoin. It always has historically. That's not going to change. That's my belief. So I don't care if it goes lower. And then the Bitcoin maxis will laugh at us. See, it just keeps going down against Bitcoin. Shut the hell up. Let me laugh at your stupid little bitch-ass face at the end of the market cycle, because we gonna get ours, as historically we have, right? So yes, that's what happened here. April 13th bottom, big old jump on out of there, and we've been trending to the upside ever since, with some notable moves to the upside along the way, like the one that I'm circling right here. If you're looking on the screen, you can see what I'm talking about. But it's not just XRP. So I highlighted the two that Bobby A was talking about there. He highlighted Atom, which is Cosmos, and also HBAR. And before I pull my actually, let me just show you the 1 year on XRP. Look at that slide to the downside. Oh my God, what have we done? We're such idiot sticks. We're holding XRP. Look at our dumb faces. No. As I've highlighted, in fact, here, go to an all-time chart. You can see at the moments where we've been right down here. So you go back to 2017, like it's the same thing, same here, last market cycle too, 2020 into 2021. That's the moment where things blow, all right? So the fact that things are this abysmal right now, I just want to highlight, this is not unique to XRP, actually, because the asset class moves in tandem. So look at HBAR. Let's, here we go. So we're on the 1 month for HBAR right here, okay? Now what is fascinating is that you'll see this is the low here. This is the low for HBAR. April 13th, the same day as XRP. Well, I'll be gosh darn. It's almost like there's not something wrong with XRP, and a lot of these coins are treated exactly the damn same. Not down necessarily to the second, the minute, the day, not always. But, you know, if they weren't broadly treated the same, you wouldn't be able to so regularly find confluence like this from chart to chart, from asset to asset. But you can. Doesn't that tell you something? XRP's not broken. There's not something wrong with it. It's quite the opposite. I mean, the market is screaming to you, hey, it makes sense. That's why it's always been in the top 10 coins by market cap. And that's only true for Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP out over 20,000 coins. It's the market screaming at you, hey, this one makes sense. So here you go. That's the 1 month. But take a look at here, if it'll load. Is it not going to load? Do I have to hit let's hit refresh on this bitch. Yeah, I'm not trying to change save. I just, come on, just load the, okay, 1 year. There we go. Actually, it's illustrated even better if you look at the 5 year, frankly. And so it can be more dramatic from one coin to the next, but I'm just saying, broadly speaking, these coins so frequently are treated exactly the same. So look at, so here, September 2021, I believe that's where we had the all-time high for HBAR when it got to like 56 or 57 cents. And this is an HBAR chart priced against Bitcoin. I'm just noting that. So HBAR also priced at a great level here against Bitcoin. September of 2021. Shouldn't be surprising because it was going up against the United States dollar as well in the bull run. So that part shouldn't be surprising. But then look, it's just down, 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 down. And then you look again at the 1 month here. And there you go, bottomed at the same time as XRP. It makes you wonder if that is the actual literal bottom. And I don't know for sure. We're going to find out together. But interesting, right? So let's take a look at Atom, the other coin mentioned by chart analyst Bobby A. Here's the 1 month for Atom, which is Cosmos. Bottomed on April 13th. Well, gosh darn, wouldn't you know it? And it's not that the charts look exactly the same. That's not the point. But do you find the similarities, the confluence here from crypto to crypto? Do you find that interesting? I mean, you must understand, it's all moving in tandem. Not every single metric down to the second of the day, the minute that we so on and so forth, but it does. It does move together. So there you go. April 13th, been trending to the upside. It's been improving against Bitcoin because coins always find a bit bottom for each market cycle against Bitcoin. They start moving to the upside. Yep, same for the US dollar here. And then let's take a look at the, I guess I have to refresh this one again too. Let's go ahead and once it loads, we'll look at the 1 year, and you can see this one might be, oh, that's HBAR. Let me go to, why did that switch to HBAR? What the heck is going on here? All right, let me just type this in. I don't know what, maybe I clicked on something wrong. Just bear with me 1 second here. Yeah, here we go. So here it is. So yeah, okay. So now again, here's the 1 month for Cosmos. And then if you look at, here we'll try 1 year. Yeah, so you can see it's just been trending down for a whole year. Eventually bottoms are found though. So that's the broader point that I wanted to make. Sorry for the little tech hiccup here. You can tell I'm not a chart guy, right? I can barely use TradingView, right? Because I don't want to. I don't care. I can do some of the basic stuff, and this is pretty much it. I don't care. I don't want to be a chart guy. And by the way, you know the reason I don't want to be a chart guy? I haven't really explained this in too great a detail ever, but so it does genuinely bore me to tears. I've explained that. But even if it didn't, and even if I put in the hours necessary to, first of all, get the knowledge to be able to regularly do the analysis, then you have to keep up with it. It's like a daily thing. And then I'd be putting in all of that work to come up with what I suppose is likely to occur. And then you know what I'd do? Nothing. I would do nothing with it because my requirement of myself is that when I buy stuff, to idiot-proof this, and I'm not willing to budge on this, I buy stuff and then I hold for years and years and years on it. I've now been in over 6 years. I just hold stuff. That's it. And it works. It doesn't mean that I'm going to get a profit on every coin that I ever bought, but on the whole, it's worth so much more than when I jumped in. So even if I did all of that work, and again, it bores me to tears. I appreciate it that there are analysts out there that do this stuff. I wouldn't even act on my own work. So to me, I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. I find it more interesting to be a chart analyst. Like, to me, that's much more enjoyable and fun because you can glean some insight just by what reputable analysts are saying. And I subjectively believe that the ones that I highlight have some amount of repute. And it's just so fascinating to me that those ones, and it's not most analysts I've ever, the vast majority of analysts I think are garbage, but it's just so interesting that they have these moments where they come to such similar conclusions about various assets, including XRP. It's just uncanny. You know, some of them are tracking each other, but most of them aren't. It's dozens of analysts. I just don't highlight them all on my channel. I highlight a lot of them on my channel. I'll kind of rotate some from time to time, but yeah. So anyway, all that to say, I don't think it's worth worrying about anything. I think everything's going to be okay. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.